As if the latest Corvette ZR1 isn't quick or fast enough, the hybrid ZR1X, don't call it Zora, promises even more hair-torching performance. Patently absurd. That's how we described the new Chevrolet Corvette ZR1 in our first drive story just a couple of weeks ago, owing hugely to its twin-turbo 5.5-liter V8 combustion engine's peak outputs of 1,064 horsepower and 826 lb-ft of torque. Based on those numbers, Chevy on more than one occasion during its official presentation of the 2025 ZR1 referred to it as America's Hypercar, dubbing it a competitor not to standard fare Porsches and Ferraris but rather to tip-top level performers like the virtually unobtainable, especially in America, Mercedes-AMG 1, McLaren's 765 LT, Lamborghini's Revuelto, Ferrari's SF90, and Porsche's expected forthcoming 992 Generation 911 GT2 RS. But even with an official 0 to 60 miles per hour time of 2.3 seconds and a low-drag kit top speed of 233 miles per hour, the new ZR1 had a glaring omission compared to those megabucks Europeans, well, except the McLaren hybrid electrification. Or at least you thought it did. Just to ensure parity and to unlock even more potential from the ZR1, Chevy has now revealed the electrified 2026 Corvette ZR1X with even more horsepower, torque, and tear duct melting speed. That's correct. Despite General Motors on multiple occasions registering trademarks for the Zora, name in honor of famous Corvette godfather Zora Arkhistantov, and despite many within the car industry and culture anticipating it would finally use it here, Chevy elected to keep that moniker in the vault, at least for now. We've long wondered what type of uber halo Corvette the company might ever deem worthy of carrying the Zora badge, and our interest is piqued even more here, given the 2026 Corvette ZR1XS stats. If this car isn't good enough to carry the name, then we take it to mean Chevy has either elected to simply never use it or plans to one day slap it on a car no one yet expects. We must simply wait, who knows how long, to reach a conclusion on this topic, as the company representatives we broached it with refused to reveal their hand. In the meantime, and in simple terms, the new Corvette ZR1X adds the Corvette E-Race hybrid, non-plug-in, electric propulsion system to the standard ZR1, giving it all-wheel drive capability and an additional 186 horsepower and 145 lb-ft of torque fired through the front axle. That means the new maximum horsepower number rises to 1,250 total, and with additional off-the-line traction from the driven front wheels, Chevy estimates the ZR1X will accelerate to 60 miles per hour in less than 2.0 seconds while vaporizing the quarter mile in less than 9 seconds at more than 150 miles per hour. If those claims ring true once we're able to test the ZR1X, and we expect they will, the Corvette will at least be in the hunt to claim the crown of quickest car we've ever tested, a title now held by the all-electric Porsche Taycan Turbo GT YSAC at 1.89 seconds. The ZR1X's 1.9 kWh battery pack is, Chevy says, intended to alternate between speed-enhancing power boosts and regenerative charging. Despite the battery capacity mirroring that of the E-Ray, the Corvette team says it unlocked more usable energy from it with greater max voltage, which accounts for the power and torque improvements compared to the E-Ray spec hybrid system's front electric motor output of 160 horsepower, 26 horsepower less than the ZR1XS, and 125 lb-ft. A 20 lb-ft deficit. In the company's words, while retaining the same shape and size of the E-Ray front drive unit, the ZR1X unit pairs strengthened internal components and improvements in energy deployment. Sounds great, but don't expect the electrification to juice the ZR1X's 233 miles per hour top speed. The system ceases functioning when the car exceeds 160 miles per hour. For the record, purists looking for a downside to all this might cite the fact the hybrid hardware likely adds about 260 pounds to the already relatively heavy 900-pound car. That said, Corvette's lead engineers promise the car maintains the same relatively neutral handling of the non-hybrid ZR1. Team Corvette says it also improved the AWD characteristics over those of the E-Ray, necessary to cope with and match the ZR1X's much greater power and torque. This is achieved in the way the system uses a variety of measured data points to determine how it delivers and blends power from both the engine and hybrid drive to provide usable traction and help keep the chassis pointed in the right direction. As will be found in all new 2026 Corvettes, Chevy's new Performance Traction Management (PTM) Pro system was created first and foremost for the ZR1X. PTM Pro disables stability and traction control while maintaining features including launch control, pre-control of the front axle that varies the front brake pressure in the name of digging for traction out of turns, and regenerative brake torque vectoring. Additionally, and just like many top-level race cars and electrified hypercars, the new ZR1X offers drivers various performance strategies for the hybrid system's energy deployment. Chevy says these modes include Endurance. Engaging the Charge Plus button adjusts the battery's energy storage strategy for extended lapping and consistent EAWD output for a full tank of fuel. Qualifying. Optimum power strategy for the ultimate lap time. And push to pass. Max available power on demand. Another standard upgrade is the inclusion of what Chevrolet dubs the J59 brake hardware, optional on the base ZR1. This new from-the-ground-up setup features 10-piston front, a GM first/6-piston rear Alcon calipers squeezing carbon ceramic rotors measuring 16.5 inches front and rear, with longer strands of carbon fiber woven into them for claimed better heat management and performance than other carbon ceramic braking packages on the market. To boot, Corvette engineers say they've measured up to 1.9 g of lateral deceleration when braking from 180 to 120 miles per hour for the Nürburgring's Tiergarten corner, a massive number for a road car. Speaking of claimed G loads, Chevy says this monster can pull 1.3 g peak longitudinal acceleration and 1 g of both lateral and longitudinal acceleration simultaneously, meaning its ability to blitzkrieg from a corner's apex to its exit should be stunning. To compensate for the car's additional weight and different weight distribution as a result of the new electrical pieces, its underbody aerodynamics are retuned to help maintain the chassis balance. Like all ZR1S, both the standard and ZTK performance package-equipped ZR1XS of course offer magnetic suspension dampers and, depending on configuration, either bespoke Michelin PS4 or Cup 2R tires, plus the ability to add the high downforce carbon aero package. You can also equip any ZR1 with optional carbon fiber wheels to the tune of a tidy $13,995. But unlike the regular ZR1, because all ZR1XS will arrive as 2026 model year cars, they will feature the Corvette's revised interior and screen package right out of the gate. If you're looking for visual differences to the non-hybrid ZR1, they're limited to the big brakes and the X badging. Chevrolet didn't talk about dollars as part of its 2026 Corvette ZR1X reveal, but we expect the quickest, fastest Corvette production car of all time to carry a starting price between $190,000 to $200,000. The standard ZR1 starts at $174,995, with customer deliveries planned for Q4 this year. Corvette dealers haven't yet opened their order books, so enthusiasts who want one are well advised to hit up their favorite salesperson, Stat.